All right, cool. So I want to show you guys a little video of me going through the Buggy Lab just so you guys have an idea of what you should be doing while we're doing this thing. So let's do this. All right, let's get to Schoology. Students and staff, log in. All right, so courses, Physics 1 CCP, Virtual Buggy Lab. I'll open up this document. Cool. And I'm gonna choose to do buggy car video 1 and 3. All right, so I'll just show you an example of 1. All right, I'm not gonna do 3 as well, but just so you guys have one thing to look at while you're doing this. So I've got my video up. Goal of this lab is to create a graph. So first pick one of the cars. I pick car number 1, watch the video through, notice the stopwatch. If we look here, I've got the stopwatch in the top corner. I've got the meter stick down along the bottom there. So that's good. These would be your measuring tools. In order to create the graph, you'll be measuring the position of the car at various time intervals. You will have to decide what is a good time interval. I'm gonna do 0.2 seconds for this video. I thought when I was doing it for you guys in class, 0.1 was a little bit quick, so I'm gonna do 0.2 seconds. And we should aim for 10 to 15 data points. So set up a data table in Excel. That looks like what I have over here. It actually says distance. I'm gonna just do position. I think position is a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go here, open up my Google Sheets. I started this one already, so I'm just gonna open up the one I started, but I'm gonna change the data because I didn't like the data. Let's get rid of this, let's get rid of this. So I chose a time interval of 0.2 seconds. So I'm just gonna write out the time intervals, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2.0, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll do a couple more. 2.2, 2.4, 2.6. All right, so that should be good. Hopefully the time or the cart goes that long. I didn't actually look at the motion. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'll have to change it up a little bit. Okay, so now I want to write down the position at all of these times, right? The position of the cart. Notice I have my units up at the top in my data tables. So I'm going to go back, go to my car lab, restart this from the beginning. I'm going to make sure that my playback speed is slow, 0.25, because if the playback speed is too fast, it's hard to get it to stop and start on the right points. I'm going to measure distances or positions from the back tire. You don't have to use the back tire, but I think the back tire is easiest. So I'm going to go at 0 seconds. My car is at 0 centimeters. So that's going to be my first point over here, 0. Okay, so 0.2 is my next one, so I'll press play. 0.1, 0.2. Oh, too slow. I messed up. 0.2. All right, so there's 0.2. And each tick is a centimeter, so that's 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's right in between 3 and 4, so I'm just going to round to 3. So 3 centimeters. All right. Next one is 0.4. 0.4. I missed it. Can I just? All right, there's 0.4. So 5, 10. Each of the longer ticks here is 5. The middle length ones are 5. The longest ones are 10. So that's right at 10, right? Because 5, 10. So that's right at 10. So at 0.4, I'm at 10. Keep going. 0.6. There's 0.6. 10, 15, 16 it looks like. So there's 16. Press play again. Oh, 0.8. That's 20, 21, 22, 23 it looks like. 23. Next one is 1.0. There's 1.0. So that's 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 it looks like to me. 29. Go back here. 1.2. So 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 34, 1.4, 10, 20, 30, 40, right at 40. So that one's at 40. .6. Oops, too far. Back it up, 1.6. So it's almost at 50. So 45, 6, 46. 1.8. 51. Oops, 51. 2 seconds. 50, 55, 56. 2.2. 2.2, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 63 it looks like. Right, remember each tick mark is 1 centimeter. So 63, 2.4, there's 2.4, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69 it looks like. 69. And my last one is at 2.6. 5 and too far. 2.6, 50, 60, 75, 75 it looks like. So I'll put in 75. So there's my data table, right? That's what we're doing, collecting the data. Then I want to highlight all of my data, insert, chart. There it is. Now it's not quite right because this isn't what I want. It always gives us a line chart right off the bat. I'm not sure why, but I don't want a line chart. I want to scroll down to a scatter chart. All right, so there's my scatter chart. Still not finished. I want to go to customize, and in the 1, 2, 3rd box, I need to choose not error bars, not data, trend line, right? So I'm going to check the trend line box. And then if we scroll down, that's fine, that's fine. The label, for the label, I want to use the equation. And then I want to check the R-squared value. All right, so there I have my graph, which I can copy and paste into Word, and my data table, which I can copy and paste into Word. And those two, right, you're going to do it twice. I'm only going to show you one video because I think once you do it once, or once I show you once, you guys should be pretty confident. So let me actually cut and paste these in. I like to use the snipping tool. It's kind of up to you if you like to do it a different way, but let me snip that. I'll go back to my Word document, go down. This is for car number 1. Number 1. Get rid of this. And I'll paste in my data table. That's pretty big, so I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. So there's my data table. Next one's for the next data table, so I'll skip that. And then car 1 graph. Oops, see, car number 1 graph. So let me go back and snip my graph. Actually, just before I snip, let me double check that I have everything. I've got a title, I've got an equation, I've got an R-squared value, I have axis titles, everything's there, good. Just want to double check so I don't get myself in trouble. Snip that, and then I'll go back to Word, get rid of this, and in the little gap there, I will paste my position versus time graph for the first car. All right, and then the analysis questions, right? What is the slope of your 2 graphs? Now, that one we have to pay attention for, and we need everything on the graph. The slope is right next to whatever your x is. So the slope of mine is 29.2 because that's the number that's right next to the x. So that's where we find our slopes. You'll have 2 slopes, one for each graph. So check that out. That's where you find the slopes. So when it says what are the slopes, you guys can figure that out. I'm not going to answer what that represents. You guys can try and figure that out. And the rest of the analysis questions I'm going to leave for you to answer as well. All right, so that was just a quick run through of how to collect the data and how to turn that data into a graph. And then where to find the slope, because the slope's the next most important thing for this problem. All right, shoot me an email or a message on Schoology if you have any questions for me. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop recording.